Ever try to find peace in a chaotic city? Traffic jams, aunties asking Epo marriage, and the legendary potholes that could swallow you whole. Sounds familiar? In today's episode, we are spilling the filter coffee on how to survive the madness while pretending you're a zen. Ready to laugh, cry, and scream into the void? Let's dive in. Vanakkam, this is Solanun Thonichu, the podcast where we talk about how to find your inner peace in the middle of an absolute circus. I'm your host Kannamma, and today we are going to explore how to stay peaceful in Chennai. Because Chennai is the most peaceful place on earth, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to meditate next to an auto rickshaw blasting its horn in your face at 8 am? Yes, life in Chennai, where peace is like a unicorn. Everyone speaks about it, but no one has ever seen it. Seriously, you wake up in the morning thinking today it'll be very calm and fine peace. You're all zen, ready to even take on the world. And then you step out of your house, and what do you get? The Chennai sun, or else rain in rainy seasons. It hits you like a slap on your face when you're wearing your favorite dress. And suddenly, you're wondering if your soul has left your body 5 minutes ago. And where's your peace now? Below your shoe. And then, of course, there is this magical element called as Chennai's traffic, You have heard of peaceful road trips, right? Well, in Chennai, we call it the calm before the storm. Or to say it even better, the storm and then the storm again. You are in your car, listening to calming music, breathing deeply like you're some kind of yogi, and then suddenly, bam, the bus in front of you stops for no reason at all. And then you turn yourself into a Zen master and say to yourself, okay, I'll just be peaceful, I'll just breathe. But honestly, you're just one honk away from screaming at the driver, I know because I have been there. Let's not forget the Maniratnam kind of cinematic experience about catching a local train in Chennai. Let's call it by its other name, the anger management class. So now you're standing in the railway station, all peaceful, thinking that I'll just wait for a train, no big deal. But it's like waiting for a miracle. You check your watch, 10 minutes late, you're still calm. You check it again, 20 minutes late, you're fine, you're totally fine, still waiting, and then finally the train arrives. You get pushed, shoved, and squashed like a dosa at a tiffin shop. And then you say to yourself that this is peace. And you're slowly losing your will to live, all in the name of inner peace. Even before all this, I usually put on my headphones and turn on my favorite song and start ignoring the fact that all these things are happening to me. It may not be a solution to you, but it kind of works for me. Because who would not love to live inside a Maniratnam movie, right? Pretending to be one of his heroines. Why not? So now let's get to the best part. You have hit your peak peace when you finally sit down in your office after surviving this traffic, the train, and your neighbor's loud music blaring from 5 am. And then there you are, ready to start your day with clarity and focus. And what happens? Your colleague, who has zero awareness of social boundaries, comes over to ask you about their latest hair color choice. Because he already knows that you're the one person who will solve this very important question in their life. But in your mind, you ask yourself that, is this what peace really means? Caring about someone's purple highlights while your soul is silently screaming for a cup of filter coffee. There's also another topic that we cannot forget about, social gatherings. Yes, I'm talking about the family weddings, birthday parties, or the casual evening at your friend's house where they serve you that cup of kuttu filter coffee that's so strong it feels like it could revive the dead. And then there you are, trying to maintain your zen while every auntie in the room asks, when are you getting married? Still no job? Why don't you lose your weight, dear? The audacity and the sarcasm, you enjoy it because you're zen. You're very peaceful, right? Except it's the exact opposite. You exactly know what I would do to her at the black and white scenario that's going on in my mind for a while. And then the scenario of getting home after all this. The panic attack you get when that auto rickshaw Anna takes a slight shortcut and wondering whether you're going to get into next day's newspaper's headline. It's okay. Auto rickshaw Annas are kind. If you give them extra money, don't worry, you'll be safe back home. So, my dear Chennai Vasis, the truth is, finding peace in Chennai is an art form, a mystical one. If you manage to stay peaceful after one day in this city, I will personally give you a medal, a free air-conditioned room, and a lifetime supply of filter coffee. Because let's face it, if you survive all the madness and still manage to not scream at the top of your lungs, then you have unlocked the level of peace we all pretend to have. At this point, you're better than the yogis found in Himalayas. On a serious note, folks, finding peace in Chennai is all about lowering your expectations. Don't aim for nirvana, aim for not losing your mind. Every day is a test. Every moment is a chance to say that you're fine and ask yourself to fake it until you make it, right? Alright, my peaceful warriors, I'll leave you with this. The next time you're stuck in traffic, crowded in a local train, or about to lose it during a family gathering, just remember you're not losing your peace. You're just losing your will to live in a very, very, very hilarious way. And that, my friends, is the true peace of Chennai. Don't worry, after all this, you can meet your friends and have a tea and have your coffee or something. And this one beautiful thing is enough to get over all the above settings. Thanks for tuning in today's episode of Solanon Tonichir. Stay calm, stay sarcastic, and remember, peace is overrated anyway. See you next time.